Hello everyone. Today I will address the realities of millennials' finances. In fact, what determines your wealth is not how much you make, but how much you keep of what you make, which is a quote written by David Bach. This illustrates that anyone can increase their wealth by cutting back on unnecessary expenses. According to the New Jersey Agricultural Experiment Station, saving provides a financial backstop for life's uncertainties and increases feelings of security and peace of mind. Not only does budgeting prevent numerous inconveniences, such as being dependent on others, but it also boosts your independence and self-worth. Millennials misuse their privilege of money, which stimulates mental distress and massive debt. They are overwhelmed because they disregard the reward of saving money, thus failing to set themselves up for a restful retirement. First, I will inform you about budgeting and its fundamental aspects. Second, I will go over why millennials run into difficulties in their efforts to save money. Finally, I will discuss the practical initiatives that can aid millennials in building a sustainable financial plan. Before we discuss why budgeting remains a challenge for millennials, or what we can do to prevent it, it is key to understand the struggles that arise with saving money more in depth. Amongst the multiple generations in America, the Bankrate's 2024 Annual Emergency Savings Report claims over 1 in 3 millennials have no emergency savings, the highest percentage of any generation. Within the realm of economics, millennial status plummets as they undergo frequent hardships. Therefore, millennials must immediately acquire strategies to conquer them. As reported by Investopedia, millennials are confronting the distinct financial challenges they have, such as a post-recession job market, high student loan debt balances, a more expensive housing market, and growing credit card debt. In terms of daily life, millennials are distraught over stabilizing their money, thinking about the extensive list of expenses they have to attend to. Millennials need pivotal attention on the subject of finances, primarily on how to compensate for their debt through slow and consistent payments. Now that we are aware that economic matters spark uncertainty, it is crucial to understand why obstacles emerge in acquiring financial stability. Millennials are responsible for the problem. However, more specifically, the two key factors are their income and spending habits. For instance, Investopedia notes that millennials spend an average of $85 a day, accounting for 28% of all daily per-person consumer spending in the United States. Out of all generations, millennials are known to constantly purchase items instead of focusing on putting their money towards an emergency fund. Business Insider proclaimed that a survey was conducted for financial services company Charles Schwab by Logica Research, which found that younger generations were considerably more likely than others to be put off from creating financial plans because of the amount of time, money, and persevered effort involved. Millennials are too concerned about the time commitment towards planning out their financial disbursements, which is ironic because they are causing stress to themselves. They have a choice to preserve their future, although they are inactive in making the effective decisions to allow it. I could continue to notify you about the circumstances of economic safety. Nonetheless, if I do not provide you with what you can do to solve it, then the value of the speech declines. There are online platforms that have been created to support millennials financially. For example, Startup Grind announces that Chime is a mobile banking app that automatically sets up a savings account for users, enabling them to allocate 10% of every paycheck to the savings account. Yet not every millennial knows about Chime or other banking apps. As mentioned earlier, the survey discovered that millennials will not accommodate time for it. The same thing may occur when they hear of these online financial tools. New America asserts to improve the finances of the millennial generation, policy reform should address key components of the balance sheet, savings and assets, as well as the debts and liabilities. With this well-developed approach, millennials can slowly manage their expenses and work their way to obtaining a substantial amount for their assets. This solution is feasible because people will have money to turn to when a crisis occurs by planning and gathering their savings. This can sustain their mental well-being and ensure their family and children are cared for. Let us now review everything we considered, from all the prevailing conditions to the potential elements of relief. To begin, I discussed the location of the problem, the people who are being affected, and the consequences they are facing. Next, I provided information about all the critical components that are linked to the problem, from what initiated it to the failure of the current plan to resolve it. Thirdly, I told you why we needed a change and solution, how the new proposal will be used, and why it is more achievable. With the proper support to take the necessary steps to remove the likelihood of attaining any liabilities, millennials can improve their economic planning and emotional wellness. Lastly, it is vital to be careful of your behavior when it comes to money. Do not be reckless, because it will end up causing you more anxiety than joy. Thank you.